you would like your ICOs reviewed, please contact us for competitive packages. Now, we don't review every single ICO that comes our way, only the top tier of ICOs that have passed an extensive qualifying process, businesses that we're actually considering investing in ourselves. Having said that, with any investment, there's always a potential to lose, so you must only ever invest in what you can afford to lose. Our contact details are in the description below. And please remember, we're not a financial institution, so anything you hear expressed here is our opinion only. Have you ever met someone with the surname Smith or Potter? How about Copper, Mason, Taylor, and how about Spicer, Cook, Fisher, or Shepherd? Now, all of these names come from people who are descended from craftsmen. Now, even though we live in a world where very few people actually make things with their hands anymore, these names and some of their traditions that they all represent still remain in our civilization. And believe it or not, there's still a huge marketplace for handmade goods and well-crafted items. And now, in a funny and kind of romantic turn of events, the world of cryptocurrency is pairing with the world of handcrafted items. Let's take a look at a new ICO called Tanzo. Before we jump into how Tanzo will actually function, let's talk a bit about the handmade good market. Now, in recent years, there's been a surge in the online demand for handcrafted items. As we live in an era of mass production, it is interesting but not completely surprising that people are turning once again to the authenticity of handmade goods. Arts and crafts have played a major role in mankind's development and culture for the past few thousand years. Even today, in a strange turn of events, we seem to be using mass-produced hardware and software in order to reconnect with our desire for handmade items. When Tanzo began its market research back in 2016, they knew there were hundreds of thousands of crafters online, but they were still surprised to uncover over 200,000 guilds, associations, clubs, and other communities where artisans and crafters gathered to exchange ideas, visions, and share the love of creating something with their own hands. With people becoming more and more interested in owning authentic and unique items, the global market for handmade goods has tripled since 2008, and it's currently becoming a $100 billion industry. In 2016, in India alone, they exported $5.4 billion in handmade goods, a 15% increase over the previous year. During the same period, both China and Southeast Asia generated over $25 billion worth of handmade goods. The total size of the U.S. crafts industry is now at $43.9 billion, according to new research from the Association for Creative Industries. With continuously rising demand, the industry projects that by 2020, the global handmade market will become a $150 billion industry. Handicrafts can be a unique expression of a particular culture or community through local craftsmanship and materials. With increased globalization, products are becoming more often mass-produced, and crafters find their products competing with goods from all over the planet. With the advance of new technologies in e-commerce, crafters need to be comfortable with social media, consumer marketing, advertising, privacy policies, and a whole bunch more. To be successful, it is important for them to invest their time and effort in many other things beyond crafting. Most crafters are not digital experts, entrepreneurs, or marketing savvy like many folks in the millennial generation. They're just regular, everyday people who happen to have the skills and talent to create something interesting and beautiful. Consumers looking to buy handicrafts like to feel connected with indigenous traditions and cultures in a global and increasingly commoditized world. Trust in the authenticity of handicrafts comes as a top priority for buyer or buyers. The following definition, adopted in 1997 by the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization Information Technological Community Symposium on Crafts in the International Market, captures the diversity and complexity of the handicraft sector. Artisanal products or handicrafts are those produced by artisans, completely by hand or with the help of hand tools and even mechanical means, as long as the direct manual contribution of the artisan remains the most substantial component of the finished product. Their special nature derives from their distinctive features, which can be utilitarian, aesthetic, artistic, creative, culturally attached, decorative, functional, traditional, and religiously and socially symbolic and significant. They are made of sustainably produced raw materials, and there's no particular restriction in terms of production quantity. Even when artisans make quantities of the same design, no two pieces are ever exactly alike. So now that we have the handcrafted market in view, let's talk about Tanzo. Now, Tanzo has described themselves as a blockchain-based social marketplace for handmade goods. Tanzo allows crafters to easily create and develop their own storefront profile and list their handmade items for sale. The Tanzo community is supported by a reward system of Tanzo tokens, or TZO, an Ethereum blockchain-based token which is created to fuel the platform, incentivize members of the platform, and to generate wealth within the community. Tanzo's distributed ledger technology allows for transparency within the platform, making it open and safe for buyers and crafters. It also simplifies the purchasing process and reduces transaction costs. Tanzo claims to be the first of its kind so far as being a digital marketplace for handmade goods. They also claim that crafters are protected and craftsmanship is guaranteed. Tanzo's distributed ledger technology aims to provide transparency within the platform and also remove what they consider as unfair competition, such as wholesale vendors or listings of mass-produced replica items. Crafters receive payments in the currency of their choosing, including cryptocurrency. Crafters have the option to pair one or more of their external social media accounts with their Tanzo account. Every time they post a new product or an update on Tanzo, their friends and followers on social media can see it. This is designed to help create a loyal customer base for each crafter. Social elements, like follow and share as examples, will help crafters get noticed both on Tanzo and other connected social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram. Crafters have the option to register as participants in one or two guilds or other types of organizations. Incentives will be rewarded by the platform based on the number of crafters an organization brings in. This is how Tanzo intends to provide wealth within the organizations. Such incentives will be allowed solely for the promotion of the organization's activities. Crafters will in turn be indirectly incentivized by their guild's activities. Tanzo's blockchain-powered identity verification process with biometric confirmation aims to guarantee that all goods are truly made by the actual crafter who owns the corresponding Tanzo digital storefront account. This should increase buyers' confidence and trust level while shopping on the Tanzo marketplace platform. On top of this, buyers will be rewarded when participating in social activities on the platform by receiving TZO tokens. Tanzo's integrated review system will rely on smart contract records from each buyer-seller transaction, ensuring that all reviews come from people who have actually purchased an item. When it comes to the world of commerce, everything we do becomes more centralized year on year. Even 30 years ago, it was not uncommon for many people, even in the Western world, to visit a butcher, a baker, and perhaps a greengrocer to gather what they may need just for one evening meal. Now, almost all people would just go to a grocery store to collect everything that they may need. This principle works the same even when we're looking at other items, whether it be IKEA for home goods, Amazon for a whole range of products, or if you're purchasing food, you can reach out to a number of different large operators. When it comes to items that are custom made, there is still a global hunger for them. People enjoy items that are authentic and unique, and it is likely that this trend is going to continue. What makes Tanzo so exciting is that this, in a sense, is a centralized marketplace, which saves people from having to travel all over the world to get their hands on special items that they would normally have to travel far and wide to procure. Even though this particular platform may be one that people only use once or perhaps twice a year due to its unique nature, I think it has serious potential, as it has an appeal for a great many people worldwide. Let's keep a good eye on Tanzo and see how it affects buyers and sellers in the marketplace of handcrafted goods in the days, months, and years to come. For Crypto Global News, I'm Edward. Until next time, you take care.